Hi, I'm Jax.
And I'm Sassy Jax.
And today we're going to walk you through how we created 6 greeting cards using Simon Says Stamp, Dylusions, and Art Impression stamp sets. Hi everybody! Today I decided that I want to make 6 greeting cards using all of these stamp sets. Pulled out my mini Misty. I'm going to start stamping and coloring the front part of the greeting card.
Oh, she is just a doll.
I think I'm going to use this lady and I think I'm going to use these ladies. I want to use some of the sentiments that are on the Art Impressions stamp set, but I also had some ideas with this Simon Says Stamp adult beverages saying stamp and the Dylusion clear stamp quotes. Maybe I'll wait to stamp the sentiment on the front until after I do all the coloring. There, that looks good. I think while I'm doing these very tedious tasks, I'm going to put on a little bit of music for you so we can speed through this process.
I'll meet you on the other side.
Hello! Okay, so I am back with my Sussex Big Kick and some brand new die cutting plates. Seriously, you cannot even know what this feels like. I'm going to try using the Sussex Framelits Rectangles Dotted Die 661561. Hopefully this works and I don't freak out and ruin them.
Because I will freak out.
It'll be my first time using purple tape. Here we go, first time running it through. I hope it's working.
Oh, Lord.
Something worked. Let's see what I got. Oh, stop! Please don't tear it. Look how cute. These new plates are amazing.
I love it.
I have been using my Westcott titanium trimmer to score my cards. I've been doing that for 3 years, and I guess I didn't know any different, but now that I've tried this out, what was I thinking? This is way easier. It's a sunlit multi-purpose scoring board. I just found it on Amazon. It's a 12 by 12 board. I know I could have probably got away with doing a smaller board, but because I'm doing the art fairs or craft fairs, I will be using some 12 by 12 paper to make different projects. On the back, it's got instruction for making envelopes, and then you can just push this inside there, and this pulls out, and then the back side has instructions for gift boxes. You got some nice cushion things here, so it's very grippy. My craft table has a massive hump right here, so that's why it looks like it's not level, but
It is level if you have a straight craft table.
which I do not. If you're interested in checking it out for yourself, there's always a link in the description below. I'm gonna use my new Teflon bone folder to do this because I don't like that knife that came with it. I mean, not to be discouraging or anything, but it's a true story. This paper is cut down to 8.5 by 5.5 from an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and it is Neenah Classic Crest in the Solar White, 110 pound. I love using it for my card bases. It's very sturdy, it's white, it does very well with inks, markers. I also use Strathmore Bristol Smooth for my fronts of my cards because I find that they handle mixed media inks and stuff like that the best. So I generally use this for the card bases and Strathmore Bristol Smooth for the front of the cards that go on top of the card bases. You know when everybody says, oh, get that Teflon bone folder? They aren't kidding, it is really nice. I made the best of a small Christmas budget and got myself some really great stamps, dies, and crafting tools that'll help me in my future endeavors, mainly the craft fairs. There's going to be a lot of scoring and folding with future products that I'm going to have on this channel, so you'll see why I invested in this. One thing I notice on this, when I'm using my Fiskars bone folder, which you've seen probably 1,000 times on this channel, this leaves marks where this does not. I don't know if you can see that, but I did these and there's a mark right there, and that was with this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, what a difference. These 3 were scored and folded using my Fiskars bone folder and the Westcott titanium trimmer and scorer, and these are done with a new scoreboard and Teflon bone folder. I don't know if you can see a difference, but it's very slight, but these are more crisp. So we'll take out an acrylic block, and I'm going to use the lines that are etched in the block to help this out. Just makes it so that I can place it more straight. To test out the arrangement of this stamping, because I can see it through here, but I want to make sure that it's really nice, I'm going to stamp on a separate piece of paper. And this piece of paper is going to be cut up and put on the back of my greeting card package when I'm trying to sell it, so that people don't have to open up the greeting card and they can just see what's inside. That is what it's going to look like. And I'll do this, and then I'll come back, chop those up, and put those in. I'll show you what I mean. Typically on my channel, I have not included stamping the inside of my greeting cards, but I fell upon some great advice from a fellow card maker that does craft fairs. She suggested that people really would rather have something written inside for them. I'm going to start making some sentiments inside the card so that if they want to write something underneath it, they can.
So now you're gonna get the full meal deal.
Okay, that's a really nice stamping for the inside of that card. It does look a little bit crooked.
I'm not gonna tell anybody.
Now that I've stamped those, I can clean off the stamp and get the other grouping. And I'm gonna let those dry. The next group of cards, we're gonna be using the Simon Says Stamp adult beverage sayings. Okay, so the next group of cards is just gonna be Sometimes I Drink. See how that goes. Yep. Now I can cut that apart and have that for my cards. And I do hold down the stamp a little longer when I'm doing the actual card. I want a really good impression. I want that ink to saturate the paper before I pull it up. I'm not pressing too hard so that I get a rounded impression, although sometimes that does happen and I get very angry with myself when that happens, and by that I mean you're pushing down so hard that it indents the paper and then ink goes around and it's not very nice. See, here's a little, like it kind of double stamped a little, and that's never a good thing, but I'm not gonna redo it. I'm hoping that somebody says, well, they're handmade, so of course that's gonna happen. I don't try to do it. I try really hard to avoid it. Just letting those dry, and I'm putting away my stamps. And if I don't put things away really quickly, well, my craft space clutters up very fast.
So what do you guys do? Do you clean up your stamps right away and then put them back into their packaging? Let me know in the comments below.
So I'm still waiting for these to dry, and now I'm going to trim this up. And I love this trimmer. I thought everybody was like, oh, this is the best trimmer, blah, 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 because they were trying to sell a product. Well, it worked because I bought it. But besides that, it actually does work, and it's the best trimmer I've ever had. Now, mind you, I've only had one other trimmer, but this is epic. That wire just shows you where you're gonna cut. It's perfect. I don't have to guess all the time now. I mean, I'm still trimming crooked because look at that. This is crooked, but that's because I stamped crooked. And like these too, crooked. All right, now we have all that done. I'm gonna make sure that my hands are as clean as I can get them, because as I'm assembling this, I do not want my fingerprints and inkiness on anything. I'm also just gonna wipe down the area that I'm working in. One down, but for whatever reason, I got something on it, and I don't know how that happened. I may have to resort to using white gloves.
This lady is my favorite.
Well, why is she your favorite?
Because she sits around and is fabulous all day. I can totally identify with that.
In order to be fabulous, what exactly is the criteria for that, Sassy?
Basically, you wear boas and feathers and glitter and glitz and glam and gems and unicorn earrings and all kinds of things.
I see. I don't see that kind of thing on this lady, however. So are you telling me that she's doing it wrong?
I didn't say that, but she could possibly be.
I see.
Is there a manager that I can reach out to possibly? Because I will tell them.
Well, wouldn't that be the opposite of being fabulous, Sassy? Because you wouldn't want to tell on another fabulous lady, would you?
Yeah, I guess not. But it'd be way better if she had pink hair or a pink boa or a sidekick or whatever.
Yeah, probably. But for now, we'll just give her a break.
I guess.
And I'm just burnishing the edges down to make sure I have good adhesion with the adhesive. I know that I really haven't done that in the past, but recently I was watching this lady, I think her name is like Lyric Love or something. Man, does she have great ideas for craft fairs. Anyway, I was watching her and she was like, we have to burnish it to make sure that the adhesive tape adheres to the paper in a really nice way. And I was like, yeah, that totally makes sense. Why am I not doing that? So I started doing that, and I'm getting a much better result on my card fronts really being flat and not curling with humidity.
All right. Mostly I just sit around all day being fabulous.
Back in the old days, I would watch Jerry Springer and watch all those ladies throw shoes at people. And when that wasn't on, I would watch, what's that guy's name? Not Dr. Phil, Montel Williams. I would watch him and Tyra Banks. Boy, these people were just angry. Oprah usually had very nice people on. The last thing I need to do is to put the Handmade by someone super crafty named, and then I sign the back. But this is the front. Mostly I just sit around all day being fabulous. Sometimes I drink. Basically, all three of these cards are the same. I just wanted to do some additional things, so I had some additional pieces. And then here we have wine gets better with age. We get better with wine. Clink. At our age, we're gonna need glasses. Lots and lots of them. Cheers. And I did multiple cards of these as well, giving me 6 greeting cards using multiple stamp sets. I'm going to pull out my Versamark one last time. I typically get my envelopes through American Crafts. They make great envelopes. I also buy them from Simon Says Stamp, and they're just A2 size envelopes. And I will take the envelope and place the envelope like this. This mono sand eraser is my best friend. Just making sure that it has nothing on it. I just get so paranoid. All that work that I just did, I need it to be as clean and presentable as possible. Then I take this extra thing that I stamped and place it in the back. And now I've got it ready for a retail craft fair. These cards are ready to go to the craft fair, ready to sell my socks off and wow the craft fair kingdom.
Indeed you are. Well done.
Thanks for joining me today. If you want to see what else I create on this channel,
Like acrylic paintings, greeting cards, stamping, die cutting, and recycled art, furniture, all kinds of things.
consider subscribing because I'd love to have you as a viewer. Until next time, love your guts. Bye!